comfortable seat. Maybe you are sitting on a blanket or a pillow or whatever feels right. And if you can, we'll sit with, if you don't normally sit with your legs crossed, if you sit with them extended, try and find some way the legs can be kind of closer in, even if it is feet together, knees out wide apart. Be doing some spinal flexion and twisting with the breath this morning. And so we want to be really stable in our seat. And the practice today is going to be a lot about twisting and opening up in the heart space. And also it's a new moon today in Gemini, which is fun. That's my sign. And it's kind of an invitation to not take things quite so seriously. So laughter and, you know, all of those things, right? Joy. And when we're open in the heart and we can breathe a little bit more freely, right? It's easier to open up to that joy and to experience laughter and fun and kind of make things a little bit lighter than they normally would be. So when you find your seat, just close your eyes, let the hands rest on your thighs, palms facing up or down. And just take a few easy breaths in and out through the nose here. Just beginning to travel in. Riding these waves of your breath up and down the spine. Feeling that expansion in the belly and the subtle lift of the heart space when you inhale. Just allow that exhale to continue drawing you in. Notice if you're clenching in the jaw, where the tongue is resting in the mouth. Just allow the face to be soft and the head to just float or sit lightly on top of the body. When you're drawn in by the exhale, feel the breath travel all the way down to your roots, through the base of the spine, connecting you here to the mat. The next time you inhale, feel the breath travel all the way up through the heart space, out of the crown of the head, and pause at the top. Enjoy this suspension in your own prana, your own life force. And then just open the mouth slightly and like you're blowing out a candle, exhale. Really squeeze that lowest low belly in at the bottom of that exhale. And inhale through the nose, all the way through to the crown of the head. Pausing at the top. And then just blow out the candle and exhale. Squeezing in at the bottom. And one more time, inhale through the nose. Pause and let it go. From here, just let the hands float up to heart center. Take a deep breath into that heart space. Feel that connection of you with you. Breathing in and out of the nose again. Let that love and compassion within you, that lightheartedness. Just dance through the whole body as you breathe in and out of the heart and allow it to overflow. And even as you feel this firm connection to the ground and your roots, experience this levity and liveliness within you that stems from the heart space. Gemini is an air sign. The element for the heart chakra is also air. Just breathe into this wind within you. And as you're filled up by this loving prana, this light, maybe you set an intention for your practice. Maybe you make a commitment to release anything that's weighing you down. The next time you inhale, let it float the arms out and up. Reach up tall. Reach up, pause at the top of the breath, relax the shoulders. And then on the exhale, just let the fingertips float down to your shoulders so the elbows are also in line with your shoulders. And once you make it there, just start to draw some circles with your elbows. Long, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Find the connection to your breath with these rotations. Start to feel this expansion in the chest. Feel that wind blowing through the shoulder blades into the joints. And start to allow those circles to grow here. Maybe so much so that the elbows kiss in front of the heart. And notice if you have a really big arch in the low back. And see if you can just gently engage the core here so that you keep that stability in your hips and in your connection to your mat. We'll change the direction of this rotation. Notice if you're holding in the sides of the neck or if you can keep that kind of just floating sensation of the head on the top of the body. Couple more rotations here. Start making those circles a little bit smaller. We'll meet back at center. And once you're here, take a big breath in and open the palms up and out. So you're reaching through the fingertips. Shoulders are relaxed down. And then as you're keeping the arms lifted, just pull them back slightly so you start to feel a little bit more of an opening in the chest, but not too far so you don't get that huge arch in the back. And then drop your chin to your chest and just start to draw some circles with the head. Again, with those slow, deep breaths, imagine there is a string or strings pulling your middle finger so you're keeping that openness here. And then change the direction of your rotation in the neck. Maybe let an exhale fall out of the mouth here, letting go of the struggle. The next time chin comes to chest, pause there. Bring the fingers interlaced behind your head and just let the elbows fall to frame the face for this big stretch in the back of your neck. Maybe you feel this all the way down into your toes even. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then the next time you inhale, just extend the arms back out beside you, lift the head back up to neutral. So once you're here, we're going to bring fingertips back to the shoulders, and we'll take this is a Kundalini practice. So we're going to be twisting. So we're going to inhale through the nose and twist towards the left, keeping the arms like this. And then we'll exhale through the mouth, twist to the right. So we'll start at center and just take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth right here. Feel this length of your spine, the stability in the core. And then we'll inhale through the nose, twist to the left. Exhale through the mouth to the right. And imagine that candle like blowing out through the exhale. So we inhale through the nose to the left. Blow out the candle, move to the right. And you can slow this down or you can really pick up the pace. Give yourself what you need here. And feel this fluidity in the thoracic region of the spine, the upper body, as the hips stay level and you do this. Shoulders stay down away from your ears. Imagine you're just flushing out the upper body here with those forceful exhales through the mouth, drawing the belly button in. Close the eyes even and focus your attention to that space between the eyebrows. Two more times. Pause at the center, take a deep breath in, reach the arms up. And on your exhale, bring right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. And just soften in the arms here. Let the elbows be soft. No need to kind of force your twist just yet. Just come to a normal, comfortable place. And keep the eyes closed. Just take a couple of breaths right here, letting the arms kind of settle back into themselves. And then as you start to travel up and down the spine, when you get to the base of the spine, notice if your right hip is kind of propelling forward and just gently pull it back so we keep those hips square. On your inhale, feel the breath travel up the spine to your waist and pause there. And maybe you twist a little deeper. Exhale there. Take another deep breath in. Feel the breath travel all the way up the spine to the back of the heart space. Exhale, relax the shoulders and bend into both elbows to help facilitate this twist a little more to the left. And maybe now the gaze is over that left shoulder. With each inhale, feel the belly expand, feel the breath travel up through the spine. And as you exhale, relax the shoulders, bend into the elbows and twist a little deeper. Breath is in and out through the nose now. Take one more full inhale and exhale here. And then inhale the arms all the way back out and up. Reach up tall. And exhale, just float the arms down beside you. And from here, we'll change the cross of the legs. And just make any adjustments in your seat there. And then inhale the arms out and up again. And exhale, bring left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen up. Feel the breath travel into the waist area. And exhale there, just softening into this. Take another deep breath in. Feel the breath travel up to that space behind the heart. And then as you exhale, relax the shoulders, bend the elbows, and maybe turn your gaze over that right shoulder. With each inhale, lengthening up, feeling the belly expand. And each exhale, drawing that belly button in, bending the elbows, and twisting a little deeper. Check in with that left hip. Make sure it's not propelling forward, keeping them square, and really twisting in the upper body. Two more deep breaths in and out right here. And then inhale the arms out and up again, reach up tall. And exhale, just let them float down beside you. And from here, we'll extend the legs out long. Just tap out your knees here. Maybe shift them side to side, just to let go in the hips, any tension there. And then we'll make our way into a tabletop position. And once you make it to your tabletop, we're going to stack knees underneath hips. Pull the belly button in here. So we've got length in the spine. We're not kind of dropping down, right? And then we're going to come into our puppy pose. So we're going to walk the hands out, melting the head and the heart down to the earth, but keeping the hips above the knees here. If you want to bring that blanket or prop underneath your forehead, if this is kind of a lot for your shoulders, feel free to do so. Or bend the arms or bend the elbows to soften this stretch. Keep drawing the belly button in to lengthen the spine. Keep the shoulders pulled back away from the ears. So we're finding a lot of length here as we melt the heart down. And just feel all that creativity and passion that is sitting in your hips, that's held in that sacral chakra, just water falling down the spine and pooling in the heart. Gaze in through that space between the eyebrows, that gentle pressure on the mat or a prop, and just let yourself swim in this creativity and love that's pooling in the heart space. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then from here, we're going to keep the forearms down on the mat and just start to slither yourself forward until you drop the pelvis down to the floor and you're in a Sphinx pose almost, right? We'll have to make some adjustments. So make sure that your elbows are underneath your shoulders. And you're going to, if you feel a lot of tension in your low back, separate your feet. If not, bring those big toes together. So once you make it here, engage the core again, and notice when you do that how it kind of presses the pelvis into the earth. Imagine you're drawing energy up from the ground through the elbows, through the palms of your hands, lifting the heart, rolling shoulders down and back, closing the space between your shoulder blades, and really press the fingertips into the mat here, almost like you're pulling yourself forward. Notice if you're clenching in the glutes or anywhere in the legs, and start to imagine that the legs are just separated from your body, right? This isn't even a part of you. They're totally soft. And you're really opening up in the chest here. Close the eyes. And take a few deep breaths in and out through the nose right here. Really lifting up, engaging the core, pressing the pelvis into the earth. One more deep breath in and out. And then the next time you exhale, just slowly begin to lower down, making that pillow with your hands and resting the forehead down. And maybe you shift your hips side to side here to let go of any tension in the low back. Just give yourself a moment to breathe into the earth. And then from here, we're going to stay on our bellies. We're going to continue to open up in the chest. So you'll extend your arms out like airplane wings here. And then you're going to begin to, while keeping the arms just as they are, you're going to start to roll over to the left. So watch how I roll. I keep this left arm just as it is. And I start to roll over towards the left, and I pick up this right leg, and I plant the foot either down behind the left leg as it kind of falls over. You can see my foot is just fallen to the side, or it can be in front. So kind of explore there and use your right hand to help brace you here so that you can settle in. And then once you've settled there, just start to take some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth as you open up this left shoulder. Let the head and the neck be soft. Again, the lower body is completely relaxed. And just let those exhales really sink you into this. Notice if you're clenching in the head and the neck, the jaw, the space between the eyebrows. And just allow those exhales to bathe you here into this opening. Take 2 more deep breaths right there. And then slowly begin to roll back onto your belly, realigning yourself on the mat here. And just pause, let that integrate for a moment. Notice what you notice. And then when you feel ready, we'll start to take this on the other side. So we'll begin to roll over towards the right, keeping that right arm extended and lifting that left leg, bending the knee, planting the foot behind or in front of that right leg. And use your left hand either in front of your face or kind of out to help brace you here to adjust. And when you feel settled, just start to come back to your breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And as you're opening up the chest here, feel this kind of a subtle twisting happening in the thoracic region of the spine here. And just imagine again, you're wringing out the body, you're opening up in the heart space to release any of that stuff that keeps you from experiencing that lightness, that joy and airy qualities within you. Take a few more deep breaths right here. Letting go in the head and the neck. Letting go in the toes. And then just slowly begin to roll back onto your belly. Pausing there for a moment, take a few deep breaths just to let this integrate. And bring your hands down beside you here, palms facing up to release the shoulders and open up the space between the shoulder blades now. One more big breath in and out. And then from here, we'll come back up onto the forearms. And we're going to interlace the fingers. Elbows are underneath the shoulders still. And on your inhale, we're going to tuck the toes under and lift up into a forearm plank here. So engage the core, begin to lift yourself up. Press through the heels, but pull the shoulders back. So a lot of length here. You can let the head hang heavy if you like, or keep it in line with the body. Take 5 deep breaths up and down the spine. In and out through the nose. And then on that 5th exhale, begin to lift the hips up, walking the feet in towards you, melting the heart and the head in between the arms for this dolphin pose. And the heels are probably not going to touch the ground, right? And that's okay. We're just opening up the chest a little bit more. You can put a bend in your knees if you like. Maybe you walk the feet a little closer in. This is good forearm stand prep. For an inversion. We won't go into any inversions today, but this is good prep for that. Keep scooping that lowest low belly back, sending the hips high. Take a deep breath in, and then on your exhale, just release the knees down wherever they are. Keep the toes tucked. Unclasp your hands and begin to lift the torso up so that you're sitting on your heels for this big stretch in the back of the feet. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let the belly be soft here. Let's take a few more deep breaths. And then from here, we're going to come back into our seats, swinging the legs around. And just tap out your knees here again, maybe wiggle the toes right after that. Opening in the backs of the feet, rotating the ankles around. And then here, we're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee. And just bring your hands back behind you here, fingertips facing forward or kind of fanning out. And notice how you've got this, we just kind of automatically have this arch in the back when we do this, right? So on your inhale, feel the breath travel up the spine, engage the core, lead with your heart. So we don't have a huge arch in the back, right? But we're stable here. And then maybe you stay right here, or maybe you start to walk that left foot in a little closer to the left hip. Keep flexing the knife edge of your right foot towards the left knee and energetically press that right knee away from you for this opening in the hip. And maybe you put a little bend in your elbows back. That's going to help you to lift in the heart space and keep you soft in your joints. Maybe you rock side to side. We'll meet back at center there. And then on your inhale, imagine you're being pulled up from your core, from your heart. We're going to press into the hands, into the foot, lifting up into this reverse table with the hip open. And then exhale, lower down. Let that bend come back into your elbows. Inhale, lift up, straightening the arms. Exhale down. Core stays super engaged here so the bum doesn't just like fall down, right? And we don't create tension in the low back. And one more time, inhale up and exhale down. When you exhale down, extend that left leg back out long. Bring the sole of your right foot to the outer edge of that left knee and really plant the foot down. Take a deep breath in as you hold on to this right knee, lengthening up, engaging the core, and then sweep this left arm around to hug the right knee. Take a big breath in, reach the right arm up by the right ear, and then on your exhale, gaze up, follow that right thumb all the way back for your twist. So your twist only goes as far as your gaze can go. Keep the hips square, so this twist again is coming up to the waist, and then traveling up the spine again to the thoracic region. Take one more deep breath in and out right here. And then on your inhale, just slowly begin to untwist again. Once you make it there, I'll turn to face you here. So once you make it here, we're going to swing, if you can, we're going to swing this right leg around too and bring this, we're going to lift the sole of the left foot up off of the mat. So the toes are kind of fanning out like cow's ears. And make any adjustments in your seat here. Knees are kind of stacked on top of each other or as best they can, right? Engage the core. Here we're keeping the spine level. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms up. And then on your exhale, melt the fingertips down, just coming down to your finger pads. Keep the heart super lifted. So we haven't really folded quite yet. Now imagine that your hips are really grounded to the earth, but the crown of the head and the heart continue to move forward. So take a deep breath in, lengthen. And then as you exhale, walk the hands a little bit farther out, but keeping that lift. Long spine here. Take another deep breath in, lengthen. And then exhale, walk a little farther down. One more big breath in. And exhale, just surrender and bow. Let maybe the head, the chin fall towards the knees. Let the elbows bend, spine rounds. Open up that space between the shoulder blades. And take 2 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And slowly begin to walk yourself back in and extend the legs out long in front of you. Tap out the knees. Wiggle the toes, whatever feels good. And then we'll begin on the other side. So bring your hands back behind you again. Legs are extended out long. And then this time we'll cross the left ankle on top of the right knee. Take that big breath in, really lift up through the heart. Core is engaged, right? Elbows are soft. And then start to walk that right foot a little bit closer in. And once you're here, we're energetically pressing that left knee away, flexing knife edge of left foot towards the right knee. And just rock side to side here. Just working out any kinks. Notice if you lose your connection to your breath, and just gently invite it back in. And then we'll pause at center. Make any adjustments with your hands for this reverse table flow. And then on your inhale, we're going to press into the feet, press into the hands, be lifted up from your core and your heart. And exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Core is super engaged. And exhale down. 3 more times at your own pace. Using that Ujjayi breath. 1 more time. And from here, take a big breath in, and on that exhale, we'll start to release that left leg back down. And lift your torso up here, planting left foot on the outer edge of that right knee. Really hug it in tight. Feel the energy come up from your spine here, and hug that right arm around the left knee. Take a big breath in, reach that left arm up by left ear, and then on the exhale, follow that left thumb back for your twist. So only going as far as your gaze will go. This helps keep the hips level so that we really can twist from the waist and travel up into the heart space rather than forcing anything. Take 1 more deep breath in and out here in your twist. And then slowly begin to unwind, coming back to center. Once you make it back to center, we're going to swing the right leg around and just release that left foot. So we're back with our cow's ears, right, as our feet are cow face pose. And move the flesh out, find that connection to the ground. Take a deep breath in, reach up, really rooting down into the hips, core is engaged. And then keeping that flat back, turn the palms forward and let them fall down in front of you onto your fingertips. Take a deep breath in, lengthen again, pulling shoulders down and back. And then as you exhale, keeping that flat back, walk a little farther out. Take another deep breath in, lengthen. And exhale, walk a little farther out. One more big breath in. And exhale, just surrender and fold. Let the elbows be soft, let the spine round, head and neck releases. And if you're anything like me, you're feeling this very differently on this side. And take a couple big breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale and begin to walk yourself all the way back up and extend the legs out long, tapping out the knees here. And from here, we will swing the legs around, coming into a tabletop position. Spread the fingers, tuck the toes. Take a deep breath in, and when you inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. We'll go one cat-cow, and then we'll make our way into down dog. And exhale, press the mat away, curl. Inhale back to neutral, and exhale back to downward facing dog. Really root down in the base of the index finger and the thumb. Pull shoulders back. Maybe put a little bend in your knees to send your hips a little higher. And imagine again all that creativity and passion in your hips. It's just water falling down the spine, pooling in the heart space. And maybe you walk your dog, maybe you're staying still. Give yourself what you need here. Really spread the fingers as wide as you can. 2 more deep breaths in and out in down dog. And then inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale into your up dog or your cobra. And exhale back to down dog. Take 3 more deep breaths in your down dog, really opening up the heart towards the ground, lifting hips towards the sky. And then look between your hands and begin to walk your feet forward until you come into that forward fold. Once you make it to your fold, just bend the knees generously, let the head and neck hang. Elbows, arms are soft. Spread the toes. Notice if you're shifting more of your weight onto your heels and see if you can just slightly lift it more onto the balls of your feet. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then on your inhale, sweep the arms out and up, coming all the way up to standing. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Close the eyes here. Take some deep breaths in and out through the nose. Come back to that intention and feel your pulse here, that rhythm that the prana, the true self, dances to within you. Take 1 more big breath in and out right there. And then from here, we're going to bring our hands to our hips and begin to shift your weight onto the right foot, sending the left foot all the way back into a high lunge. Once you make it to that high lunge, really press through that left heel, maybe even put a little bend in that left knee so you can align your spine here. Once you make it there, maybe you can straighten that left leg back out and keep the hips level. Maybe you keep the bend in the knee. And then sweep the arms up for this high lunge crescent. Really strong in that left leg. Feeling this opening in the front of the left hip. Take a big breath in, and then on the exhale, bring your arms out like airplane wings. Take another inhale. And then on your exhale, keeping the hips level, twisting at the waist, we're going to begin to open up towards the right. So twisting towards the bent knee. Keep pulling that right hip back. Stay strong in your left leg. And then release that right hand back to the back of your left thigh. Reach the left arm up. Leaning back slightly. Shoulders stay down. Big opening in the whole left side of the body. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, cartwheel the arms all the way back down into your high lunge. Once you make it there, plant the hands, step back to down dog. Take a big breath in and out in down dog. And then inhale forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, back down dog. Take a full breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and down dog. Look between your hands and begin to tiptoe your feet forward until you come back into that forward fold. Take another deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then on your inhale, sweep the arms out and up, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Close the eyes again, reconnect to that rhythm. And then we'll gently flicker the eyes back open, bring hands to hips, and begin to shift our weight onto the left foot now, sending that right foot all the way back into our high lunge. And again, once you make it here, maybe you put that bend in the right knee to help align the spine and level out your hips. Relax the shoulders. Maybe you straighten that right leg out again. Core is engaged, and reach the arms up. Engage those quadriceps in your right leg. Really feel this strength within you. But feel light in the heart and the upper part of the body. Take a deep breath in, lengthen, and exhale, open the arms out like airplane wings. Take another big breath in, and then on the exhale, begin to twist at the waist, keeping hips where they are, towards your bent knee, towards the left. Keep breathing here, spread the toes, relax the shoulders, engage the core. And then release that left palm to the back of your right thigh, sweep that right arm up. And gaze can be up with the right thumb, or it can just be straight ahead. Relax the shoulders down and breathe into this huge opening in the front of the right side of the body. One more big breath in and out. And then we'll cartwheel the arms all the way back down into our high lunge. Plant the hands and step back to down dog. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then just release the knees down, coming back into this tabletop position. Once you're there, maybe you take a cat-cow here, maybe you do a rotation or two of the hips. Just let go of anything that you were holding on to in those strengthening poses. Just allow the energy of that strength to flow through you freely in the space you're making for your heart to be open. And then from here, walk the left hand a little bit farther forward and lift this right arm up, gazing up at that right thumb. Take a deep breath in, and then on your exhale, we're gonna thread but not come all the way down. We'll take a little flow. So the right arm's coming through. And then we use the core and the strength of that left arm to lift all the way back up on an inhale. Exhale, curl, and just hover. One more time, inhale up. And exhale, we'll thread the needle, releasing that right shoulder, head, and neck down. Once you make it here, maybe you come onto the finger pads of your left hand so you can brace yourself, making those adjustments in the head and the neck. Once you find that comfortable place for your head and neck to rest, check in with your hips. Are you leaning to one side or the other? Keep them square. Pull belly button in and up again, so a lot of length in the spine. And then just release that left hand wherever you want. Maybe you press it into the earth to help facilitate this twist a little more. Maybe you bring it on top of your right palm to help do that also. Or you can extend it out in front of you or wrap it around you for a bind. Lots of options in thread the needle for this other arm. And close the eyes, take some deep breaths in and out. Maybe you let a few of those exhales fall out of the mouth. And then slowly begin to walk that left hand back in front of your face. And on an inhale, begin to press yourself up, reach that right arm up again. And exhale, release back into your tabletop. Once you make it there, we'll take a cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, press the mat away and curl. And inhale back to neutral. And once you make it back to neutral, walk that right hand a little bit farther forward and extend the left arm up, gazing at that left thumb. And we'll take our flow here. So take a big breath in, and on your exhale, curl down but hover. Inhale, come back up, following that left thumb, and exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale, we're going to release that left shoulder down, coming into our thread the needle. Again, using that right palm pressed into the earth or onto the finger pads to help you make those adjustments in the head and the neck. Check in with your hips, make sure they are level. Scoop that lowest low belly back, really firm in your core, and then decide where you want that right hand to go. Take some big, deep breaths in and out. One more big breath in. Sigh it out through the mouth. And then walk that right hand in closer to your face. Press yourself up on the inhale. Follow that left thumb. And then exhale. Come back into your tabletop. Take a deep breath in. Drop the belly. Lift the chest. One more cat-cow. Exhale. Press the mat away and curl. And then from here, we're going to come into a rabbit pose. So tuck your toes under. Walk your hands a little bit closer to you, and we're releasing the crown of the head down to the mat. So the very, very top of your head. And so option here, right? Keep your hands right where they are, kind of framing your head. And just begin to draw some circles with your head. Massaging the top of the skull here, the crown chakra. Feel this opening in the back of the neck. We'll meet back at center there. And again, we're right on the crown of the head. Notice that the shoulders are kind of up by your ears. Pull them back. Engage the core. So we're sending hips high here, spine is long. And then maybe you reach back, moving your head a little closer back for your feet. So you grab onto the outer edges of your feet. Press the feet into the hands here. Keep pulling shoulders back. This pose is all shoulder opener. Feel this big expansion in the thoracic region of your spine. Feel an opening in your trapezoid muscles, maybe even into the deltoids. One more deep breath in,
And on the exhale, just slowly release the hands, rolling back towards your knees, coming into a child's pose. So now the forehead or the third eye is resting on the mat. Take a big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more deep breath in and out. And then just slowly bring the arms back up beside you, lifting yourself up and swing the legs around to come to lying down on your mat. And have that blanket or whatever prop that you were using handy. We'll use it in just a moment. So once you come to lie down, just notice what's happening in the shoulders. Can you walk the shoulder blades in and down? We'll take one more soft twist here. So extend the arms out like airplane wings. Bring your knees bent, feet out as wide as your mat. Take a deep inhale, and then on the exhale, let the knees fall over to the left. Maybe head goes to the right. And just take a few easy breaths right here. This final kind of wringing out of the body, clearing of the digestive system, opening of the heart so that we can take things in and release things a little bit easier. And then the next time you inhale, come back to center and exhale over, knees to the right, head to the left. And take a few easy breaths here. And then slowly make your way back up. Bring your feet about hip width distance apart. Bring your hands down by your sides. And when you're here, we have this natural arch in the back, right? So take a big breath in, and on that exhale, when you pull the belly button in to engage the core, flatten the whole spine down onto the earth. Keep the chin away from the chest. There's a lot of space between the bottom of your ears and the tops of your shoulders. And the next time you inhale, with that flat back, right, with the core engaged, press into the feet, lift yourself up into your bridge pose. Once you make it there, walk the shoulder blades in and down a little bit more. Check back in with your core. Make sure the glutes aren't engaged here, but we're really stable in this midsection. Chin is away from the chest. Keep the knees in line with your hips as best you can. Close the eyes. Take 5 deep breaths in this bridge pose. Maybe allowing those exhales to lift the hips a little higher. Toes and fingers are soft here. One more big breath in, and just allow that exhale to release you all the way down to the floor. Once you're there, hug the knees into your chest, bring your nose up to your knees, maybe rock side to side. Massaging the spine, embracing your own heart. And then from here, just either rock to one side or rock and roll yourself up and grab that blanket or prop, whatever it was that you were using. And we're going to come into a supported fish here for the end of the practice. So you want your blanket rolled into a rectangle shape. If you're using a blanket, if you're using a block, then you'll put that between your shoulder blades. But this is going to go in line with the short edge of your mat, so across your mat. And then you're going to lay the blanket. So the top of the blanket is at the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. So your shoulders hang off, right? And then extend the arms out beside you. If this is a lot for your neck to release back, for the head to release back to the floor, you can bring an additional blanket or a pillow to keep that lifted and supported there. If not, just let the head rest back, really opening the throat, opening the heart. Arms can be at cactus. They could even be back behind you if you wanted. And then option here, if you want to keep the legs extended, feel free to do that. If you want a bit of a hip opener, you can bring soles of the feet together, knees out wide apart. And once you find that spot, take a deep breath in through the nose, pause at the top. Feel the suspension again in your own life force. And sigh it out through the mouth. Take another deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. And just close the eyes here. Let everything soften. Let go in the head and the neck, the jaw. And gaze in through the third eye and travel to the heart. And see yourself going into that space. Feel the warmth there. Just allow the true self, that innermost essence of your being, to dance to that pulse, that rhythm of your heart. Moving and breathing with that creativity and passion, the love and compassion. Let the lips separate slightly here. Maybe the corners of your mouth even turn up. And feel this lightness, this airy quality to your being. Open and released from anything weighing you down. Anything keeping you from dancing to that rhythm and surrendering to this love and compassion in your heart, to the true self. Scan through the body. Just let the breath dance out of the heart space, that true self, and dance up and down the legs, all the way to the crown, noticing if there's anywhere else you can let go of some tension. And let an exhale fall out of your mouth, flushing that space, releasing you from the hold. And maybe you stay here for your Shavasana, or maybe you start to make your way off of the blanket to find that spot that you can be fully at ease. No rush here, take your time. When you find that place, just close the eyes again, take another deep breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Imagine yourself like a leaf was blowing in the wind, and on that end of that exhale, you finally softly meet the ground. Releasing there into that support beneath you. And begin to soak in the sweetness of your practice.
slowly begin to come back to your breath. Imagining those inhales and exhales like that soft wind. It's maybe beginning to pick those leaves back up again so they can dance in the air. Maybe you start to allow the physical body to be an expression of that wind. You wiggle at the fingers, toes. Maybe you lift the arms up and just let them move freely. Maybe the knees bend. Maybe the head turns from one side to the other. Just allow this soft and fluid movement to begin to flow through the body. When you feel ready, start to make your way to your right side. And with eyes still closed, just begin to prop yourself back into that comfortable seat. And bring your hands to heart center. Once you make it there, take a deep breath in and open the arms out like you're embracing what's in front of you. And exhale, bring hands back to heart center, thumbs to the center of the chest. And just continue that movement with your breath, slowly inhaling, opening out. And exhale, coming back in. Focus your attention in through the third eye to the heart space. Let the corners of your mouth turn up as you inhale and exhale. And imagine as you open up, you're sharing this creative love, this compassion, this lighthearted joy that you have within you with your space around you. When you draw your hands back in towards the chest, you're filling that cup and then opening it out again, sharing with your space. Love is one of the only things that the more we give, the more we get. The next time you bring your hands to your heart, just pause there. Come back to that intention, that commitment. Take one more big breath in and out together. It was my honor to guide you. Namaste.